We're doing well. We're getting started just about right on time, I think, a couple minutes early. Oh, I hope you guys are doing good. I am not. I probably won't make this a real long one today because I have been sick for the last 3 days. And I really thought that I was going to be all better today. I actually woke up feeling really good. And now I feel horrible again. I have a terrible, terrible migraine headache. So we're going to just be very peaceful and very calm. And I've got my helpers here. I've got helpers and healers. And I'll just kind of give it a few minutes for anybody that's going to pop in to get popped in. Oh, we're looking like we're in for another stormy night. We've been playing that severe thunderstorm and hail and tornado risk game in Oklahoma pretty much all week long. So that's getting very exhausting because it's always at night when everything comes through and then you have to be worried about it. So sleeping hasn't been the greatest, but on Wednesday, which was the first day that I was sick, I woke up at 6:30 a.m., went back to sleep at 8:30 a.m., and kind of just slept off and on. Sleep for a few hours, be awake for like 30 minutes or an hour, and kind of just did that all the way until Thursday morning. And then yesterday, I thought I was coming back, and I didn't do anything crazy. I kept it pretty low key, but I did like do some laundry and some things around the house and took a nap. And today, when I woke up, I really thought I was all better, and so my intention was to be very busy and productive. And about 2 hours in, I just got hit with this body aches and headache. And I have taken all I can take of ibuprofen and Tylenol for now, and it is doing nothing for this headache. And now I'm drinking electrolytes to see if that will help. And Brenda's trying to heal me because he's a good guy. All right, so I was going to knit um, on my half and half, but I just don't think I can do it right now. My eyeballs just don't feel like they want to look at little tiny yarn and have those little tiny needles right now. But I am caught up. I didn't knit at all on Wednesday. Luckily for me, I was one day ahead on my little schedule that I'm following to um, try to get my half and half completed by the summer solstice. So that was fine. And then, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Ugh. I was able to make up for what I missed yesterday and then this morning before I started feeling bad again. So I'm caught up for the day, but I'll show you guys what I've got done. Looks like a crazy mess right now. Hold on, let's try to get this where you guys can see it. So my half and half, in case this is your first time here, I had purchased a 40 skein mini set from Linen Quill or from Pearl Soho of their Linen Quill minis. And I purchased that and I made their Joy of Color scarf. And I still had a pretty good amount of every color left over. So I decided for this half and half that I would use all 40 colors on one half of the triangle and just do stripes, as you can see here. They're all about the same amount of width. I'm able to get anywhere from 6 to 7 rows forward and back. So that's giving me nice, consistent stripes, and that's how many rows I could do of each so that I could use all 40 colors. So this half will be striped through, and then the other half will be, friend, please stop that, sir. No, thank you. The other half will be the pale oats, which is the very last color in the sequence. I'm using the same order and sequence that the Joy of Color scarf was knit in. They gave you a little. Now with the Joy of Color, you were always marling the yarns. You were holding two together. I'm not doing that here, but I'm using the same color order. So the other half will be just this plain pale oats. So I think it'll be really pretty to have all the colors on one side and then just the neutral on the other. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be really pretty. And I've had a lot of fun working on it. And I think doing stripes makes half and halves go so much faster because you just want to get to the next color. So it's very motivating to go, go, go. So that's how that is going. It's getting big. I just wrapped and turned my 146th stitch. So only 146 more forward and backwards passes and I'll be done with my first half. So I love it. It's so pretty. So that is that. Let's see. But look, we have people that are helping. Friend snagged it. It's one nice thing about knitting. You can usually whip it back in to shape. Okay, so we're going to put that up. I think what I'm going to work on, and like I say, I'm not feeling real well, and I know that this is a little bit earlier. I'm sure a lot of people are at work. I think I'm going to work on the blanket that I'm trying to get finished for my mom for Mother's Day. And I'll just hang for a little bit and see if anybody jumps on. I think we're at a point in this knit along where anybody that's working on it, once you get it started, it's pretty much just the same old thing for a real, real long time. And we're kind of right in the middle of one half. So I think everybody's probably doing just fine. But I did want to be available in case anybody had a question or needed any help with anything. So that's that. I see a couple of people have popped on. Hello, Donna. How are you doing today? Let me get into I brought my phone up, so this time I don't have to try to chase the chat box on that tablet over there because it's hard to keep an eye on it. I'm sick. I don't feel good at all. I'm feeling quite awful today, but I didn't want to miss anybody, so I decided to come on. Okay, let me open up this chat. Okay, very good. All right. There. I sent a heart up. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. I thought about skipping out, but I didn't want to let anybody down. I was just saying that I probably won't make it a super long one because I don't feel great. But I did want to hop on, and I was showing. I'll show again real quick, just in case. I'm caught up. I'm staying caught up. I've managed to stay caught up. Let me see here. I've got it going. So there's what I've got done. I wrapped my 146 stitch today. So we are making it happen. The colors are coloring. It's very vivid. So yay. I said I was going to knit on this, but my head is killing me. I've taken all the ibuprofen. You cast on another shawl. I can't say nothing. I can't say a word, Donna, because I am the world's worst. I need to be doing nothing but working on my mom's blanket, which is what I think I'm going to work on right now, because I just can't. I don't really want to work with fingering weight with my head hurting and those littler needles. So I actually think I'm going to work on my mom's blanket while we're doing our little knit and chat. But I really wanted to have this done for her for Mother's Day. And man, time is flying so fast. I cannot even hardly keep up. I feel like this year is almost over. Like it's fixing to be May. It's fixing to be May. That's insane to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm not living in a proper reality, or something's going on. But I'm making progress here. I am only, I think I'm 30% done. 30% done. That's not near good enough. What shawl did you start, Donna? Oh, yeah, this, I used to get migraines, I was going to say professionally. I used to get them, and I was actually on a prescription medication for them when I was younger. And then I stopped getting them. But today is just, oh, it's just driving me crazy. Pebbles in a Creek. I'll have to look at it. I need to stop looking at y'all's stuff, because I bought 2 patterns last week. I don't know when I'm going to make those. And then I keep looking at stuff I want to cast on. You know what I really would like to do? I just don't know if I can commit. Maybe after this half and half is over. Oh yeah, I've done knit baubles before. I have a really pretty shawl. I've shown it in a past video that had baubles in it. And I love it. It's such a cute shawl. And I actually have 2 patterns that I recently got that are knit baubles. One is a scarf. I don't remember having a tremendous amount of problems with it. I can't remember how in the world you do them. I used to get the knit crate box, and one of the boxes had the most beautiful yarn. But before I quit dyeing my hair, before I decided to let it go its natural color, I had it red. I was flaming red forever. So I loved very earthy, beautiful colors. And one of the boxes had this beautiful colorway. It was a variegated, and it was like a foxy reddish auburn with gray, and I don't know, it was so pretty, copper. It was just the most beautiful yarn. And it came with, you know how they always sent you like the different options of the patterns that you could knit. I think they sent crochet too, but I knit this shawl, and I was still fairly new in knitting then, I think, and I got through it, and it's beautiful. If I can get the wherewithal to get up, I'll go snag it. I think I know exactly where it's at. But anyways, it wasn't. You'll you'll be fine with it. I did myself just download a. I can't remember. I think that the little scarf shawl thing that I downloaded was free pattern, maybe off of Hobie, but it's a bauble. And I looked at that pattern and about, I don't know, that pattern looks, it looks intimidating. It's a lot of pages. It's a lot of directions. But I think it's just because of the way that it's knit, and so like every row is different because you're shifting, shifting. So I'm guessing, I'm hoping that's why it's like that. But it's the cutest little like triangle scarf situation, but it's all baubles and it's so cute. And then I cannot remember the ladies' names. Dinah and somebody, they have a little yarn shop. And anyways, Dinah was wearing the cutest knit like tee, but it was all baubles and it was so cute. And I downloaded that. I did. I downloaded that pattern. I purchased that pattern. So anyways, what I was saying before I lost my train of thought and got all confused. The Cornish knitter. Oops. What did I just do? Oh, I see. Get that out of my way. Let's see. For skinny scarves. You know, I might have actually watched, I've watched several different um, skinny scarves, triangle scarves, mini scarves. There seems to be a lot of people making roundup videos of those. That sounds familiar. Um, but what I was wanting, or what I was thinking about was once I need to finish up a bunch of whips. I have so many whips that I'm working on that are just halfway done, 75% done. I need to finish them off. And then what I need to do, or what I would love to do, me too. They're so fun. You get fast. I mean, not fast, but faster than most things. Um, what I want to do is, I would love to just start making my wardrobe. You know, um, I would just. It would be nice to have a handmade wardrobe. I have a sewing machine. Um, I'm not any great um, seamstress or anything, but I can learn anything. I think it'd be really neat to be able to knit some tees, knit some sweaters, and then sew some breeches, maybe some skirts or dress, um, and just start replacing things with. I'm kind of tired of fast fashion, you know? Yeah. I have so much junky clothes that don't bring me joy. And it always makes me so happy to put something on that I made anyways. And it'd be nice to have more than just have lots of shawls and scarves and all that stuff. It'd be nice to have some summer tops. So that's one thing I was thinking about um working on after I finish off some of the things I've already got. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'll go have a drink of water. I'm dying. Uh, so, hello everybody. There's a few people popping in. Feel free to join in on the chat if you want. Or if you don't, you can just sit here and listen to my cat groom himself. He's a very noisy groomer. Oh, this is actually a blanket that I'm making for my mom. I'm trying to get it done before Mother's Day. I don't know. I'm not doing a good job. And it's such a hard pattern to show. I'm sure you guys have seen other people making it though. It's the button box. I have a little bit. I have a little bit. I've been working through it. I know I've got a few skeins. I don't know, not a whole lot though. I really did usually make the items that they. One of the items, it was kind of like my little treat to myself. I worked so much back then, I didn't get to knit very much, so I would get my knit crate and I would make that project, and then usually be finishing it up around the time it was for me to get my next one. So this is the Button Box Throw by Helen Stewart, and it is a square blanket that is knit from the center out. And you can't really see it because it's all squinched up. Ah, friend, don't move. Okay, thought I was already dropping stitches. But you can kind of see it if I do that. So it's going to just look like a big bowl. But once it comes out, this one is squared off, so that'll be really cute. And I think it's just so beautiful. I had originally been making her the prism blanket, but I don't know. I was just getting bored with that, and I just kept seeing people making this, and it really captured my attention. And it is a true joy to knit. It starts off a little fiddly here in the middle because you literally are starting with the pinhole cast on. But as soon as um, get a few rows in, then you can just do magic loop with your needles until it gets big enough to spread them. And I'm actually on a second size. I started out with like a 16-inch and worked on that for a while, and then moved up, and now I'm on a 40. Maybe I've moved up 3 times. I think I started on a 12-inch. That's what I did. As soon as I had enough stitches, I threw it on a 12-inch, and I worked until I couldn't go any further. And then I threw it on a 40-inch and did the traveling loop and worked until it was starting to get a little tight. And now I'm like on a 45. And I don't think I'm going to need to change it again because I've got plenty of room. I don't think we're going to get tight or bunched up. So I think she even just calls for a 40. It's fun, Donna. It is a fun one to do, and I'm using the linen quill. Or I keep saying linen quill. Pearl Soho. I'm using Pearl Soho's Good Wool for this, and as you can see, I've got 5 colors that I am striping through. Now on her pattern, it's really fun. She's such a good pattern writer. Um, she writes all these blanket patterns for people who have mini skein advents and things like that. Of course, you can make it with any yarn you want. It doesn't matter. But what's nice about that is if you do have a mini skein set, she does write the patterns, and she actually has them color coded, like kind of gray and white, every place that you're switching the colors. So even though you're not seeing the colors because she doesn't know what colors you're going to use, you can visualize it in the pattern. Oh, I need to be switching. I'm fixing to be switching to my new color. And she has it all mapped out to where you're doing the amount of rows you need to do within that amount of yarn. And what's nice about that is even if you're not using mini skeins, you can make this with just one color. It doesn't matter. But because she has everything blocked out in such a way to work with these 24-day advents, if you just follow the pattern, it'll take you through. It tells you every 5%, like it'll say 5% complete, 10% complete, 15%. So you can know exactly where you're at. Like I'm at 30% complete right now. And I can look at that visually and know that if I was doing the mini skein project, she has that mapped out where you would be doing a mini skein each day to get through like a 24 or 25-day advent. So you can know that if you just do your daily, then you're going to have your blanket in 25 days or what have you. So I love Advent patterns that are written well for that very reason, because they've got all the math broke down for you so you know just where you are and where you need to be and so on and so forth. So, and this is so easy because it's really just a 2-row repeat. Um, you're doing a regular row followed by an increase row. And that's throughout the entire pattern. And then aside from that, you do have rows where you are doing these little eyelets. So it's super cute. It's very easy popcorn knitting. You don't have to be really, stuck on a pattern. And as you continue, the rows get big enough to where, like right now, I know that I've got 316 stitches all the way around. Um, and I know that I am going to change colors after I finish this row. And then I'm going to do my 2-row repeat with my new color until I get to 340 stitches. And then I'm going to switch colors again. And then I'll look at my pattern again to see when I got to put my eyelet row in. So it just gets very to where you just can, you know, glance at the pattern every once in a while because you pretty much get it figured out really quick, so it makes it a good potato chip knit. But it's something that looks really nice, and I will tell you, I don't think you could pay me enough money to knit a full blanket in stockinette normally, because I don't want to be doing a whole back row of, yep, they sure are, Donna. I don't want to, if you were just knitting this, side to side, you would be having to purl the back side and knit the front side in order to have a stockinette blanket. But with this guy, because it's done in the round, we have this gorgeous stockinette, and all we do is it's just knit stitches and yarn overs. Knit stitches and yarn overs. And that's it, with some increasing, obviously. You've got to increase. But I think that was really what kind of excited me about it. She just does increases. She's just using, my brain is just foggy. She is just using knit front backs for her increases. So there's no fancy, difficult stitches. But the pattern does change in order to make it look symmetrical and correct, I guess. She's got everything mapped out for those advents. So she has to consider that when you first start, you might be doing X amount of rows in between your eyelets, so that changes throughout so that you get your eyelets consistently moving through. If you were to continue to do them every time you did a color change, you would end up with a very holy blanket. Like holy, like gauzy, not like Jesus or something. It would just be very, so that does change throughout the pattern. She does think of it all though. She does great pattern writing. She's got so many cute blankets. I have another one of hers also that I downloaded and I haven't done it yet. It's I think it's called the Habitation Throw. It's similar to this one, but it is garter. It's worked corner to corner. And it does have eyelet rows in it as well. So like I say, it's similar to this one, but different because it's garter, not stockinette, and it's worked corner to corner. So you're having these stripes, diagonal stripes going throughout the blanket. So that one's pretty cute too. And then she has another one that's like this, but it is round. knit style is the one that got me excited about these patterns because she's done several of them. As a matter of fact, she just did a video, I think within the last month. Um, I feel like even within the last few weeks, it was one of her last videos that she did. She was showing off all the different blankets, and then she was just kind of talking you through how you could just create your own little blanket if you want to do that instead, which, it's a blanket, it's easy enough. I mean, you look at anything, I mean, technically a half and half wrap is a blanket. I use mine like a blanket all the time, as we can clearly see in every video that you see with me in it almost. Um, my cats love it. It's their favorite blanket. But you can take any, obviously you can take any shawl, um, any scarf, any stitch pattern that you like and make it into a blanket. A blanket's pretty easy to create. You just got to figure out how wide you want it. But with the ones that start in the middle, you don't even have to worry about that. You just go until they're full, or the corner to corner. That's one of the things I loved about corner to corner blankets was you could just go until you knew you were where you wanted to be, and then you start decreasing. So anyway, look here. Boy, this headache of mine is really, it's about to do me in. Okay, everything looks good. But yeah, if you're looking for a new blanket pattern, whether you have scraps you want to use up or minis or anything else, I would definitely check out Helen Stewart's patterns. And like I said, the one that I'm working on right now is the button box throw. And she's been pretty consistent every year for Advent season. She's been creating another blanket. I also had downloaded she had a really pretty shawl also. You have lots and lots of minis. Well, you could get through some of them with her patterns. Her and there's another lady, but her patterns are a lot. Helen Stewart's patterns overall have been pretty simple. They're, one of her shawl patterns that I have, I would say, would be a little bit more um, challenging, but not like hard, but challenging. If you wanted to challenge yourself, she has a shawl, Advent shawl pattern. Oh, I just wish I could remember the name of it. Anyways, what's neat about it is it's done in sections, and each section, it's kind of like a sampler. That's the word I was looking for, sampler. And so you've got a little lace, and then you've got a little, stockinette, a little ribbing, goes and it repeats through. Each section is with a different mini, and one of the sections is brioche. I have not done brioche yet. Brioche is the one thing that I have not done, and I would like to learn. So I did download that pattern, and at some point I would like to make it because I thought it would be a really fun way to dip my toes into some brioche. I believe that's her pattern. I'm pretty sure. I've been wrong before though, but whatever it is, if it's not, then when I see it, I'll tell you guys because I did download it. But that one would be fun too. But yeah, a great way to get rid of mini skeins because of the way she writes her patterns. And you could find patterns that you know is going to use pretty much all of your, if you're looking for something that's going to use all of your mini skein anyways, then, because I think that's one of the things, I mean, whew, getting through my mini skein pack has been fun. I did use my mini skeins on that Corian. I did use an entire thing of mini skeins. Well, I think I had like two colorways that I didn't use. It was a 25, and one I did need one 100-gram skein for the pattern. so that I could do my top cuff and I wanted them to be matching. So anyway, but most of the things that I find, I end up having a bunch of yarn left, and then it's like, well, it was a mini skein before, and now it's a quarter of a mini skein, and then it's like, what can I do to use this? Because everything is so precious, and when you buy those little guys, you don't want to waste any of it. So I do like that the way her patterns are written, it's really easy to use all of your mini. Oh goodness, guys. Well, my head is just killing me. I am really over it, quite over it. I think I cannot believe that you can take 4 ibuprofen and 2 Tylenol and still have a headache. It's really frustrating to me. So on that note, I think I'm going to bid you all adieu. I know this was a short one, and I'm sorry. Ugh. And these cats are making me really tired. Brandon, his little feet. You can't even see this one. There's another one right here. Lucy. There's her little head. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lay down, guys. I cannot keep on. I did get a new little pillow that I'm really enjoying. My mom told me about these pillows. And I bought one and I love it. It's the most best thing to have around. It's got those little micro beads in it. I feel like I'm running a favor to myself. So, thank you guys for stopping by today. I'm sorry I was so puny. Maybe I'll be more fun next week. I hope so. I want to do another video. I want to show you guys. I had mentioned in my last video where I was showing some of my FOs that I was trying to get through a bunch of whips that were close to completion. And I thought it would be fun to do a video and show all these whips that I'm talking about. So hopefully I'll feel good enough to do that because I wanted to do that because I thought it would be a good time for us. Good seeing you too, Donna, and thank you. I hope I feel better. I will be happy and we can all be happy together. But thank you guys. I hope y'all are all doing well. Everybody stay safe. I see everybody's having all kinds of weather going across this world. Donna was dealing with hail. It could be. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's terrible because I'm here. No one. I see my husband and he's fine. And headaches. Yeah, this is just terrible headache. It is just awful. Anyways, I was seeing you were having hail, Donna, and some people were saying they were having snow. It's like, oh my gosh, snow again. All right, well, you guys all take care, and I will try to get another video up and let you guys know when we can do our next live. I did. I took 2 Tylenol and 4 ibuprofen. It didn't do anything. I don't understand what's happening here. It's been 2 hours. It hasn't touched it. It's crazy. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye. It hates me.